So for as important as these points are for guys to practice, okay, and keep in
Mhm.
mind, it is as important, if not more, for women to acknowledge them.
Thank you so much for joining us on Second Act TV. So happy to welcome back Treva Brandon Scharf, the dating coach, relationship expert, and the author of Done Being Single, the story about her life to marriedhood. Is that the word?
Marriedhood. I like it.
Treva, thank you so much for being here
Thank
again.
you. Thanks always.
Yeah, a good discussion today, Trevor, or a good topic, I should say. Things that women over 50 really fall for in men or perhaps appreciate. So I want to go through each of these, but I know that we have a message before this. It's when we talked off camera, you said, I don't want people thinking this is a list that every man has to have.
I don't want any of this to come off as being must do's for men. Like,
Mhm.
you got to hit all these points, guys,
Right.
or, you're not going to be successful. No, that's not true. Since the advent of the internet and online content and coaching and dating advice, it's just coming at you through a fire hose every day, right?
Mhm.
Lists and lists and lists and all of this in articles. And I mean, I wrote a bunch of them. So I'm a dating advice writer. But there's a point where it becomes just too much. It's excessive. You got to take this all with a grain of salt. Pick what you like, leave the rest, and temper everything, and just kind of go, okay, food for thought. Food for thought. It's
Well, what I like about it is that not just is this great advice for men, but it also makes us women think to maybe really think about what is truly important, not just in life, but in relationships. So here's the first one. He truly listens. That when you're with a man who actually listens to you, that's something that we're going to remember.
yes, 100%. Someone who's tuned in and not on their phones and not texting while they're listening to you. I mean, that's obvious. But yeah, someone who is curious. Someone who's curious wants to hear what you have to say.
And this is a big first date thing because a lot of, and sometimes men are just nervous and they talk, but that's a big
Yes.
complaint. So actually listening, actively listening, asking questions, it's a great signal to women that you're interested. Here's another. He's proud to be with you. When you feel like this person is really proud to be with you, whether it's in
Yes.
your presence or when you hear from somebody else, oh, you know what so and so said, that was so nice. Oh my God, does that make you feel good? And you fall for that guy.
Having been the girlfriend, or like, I've dated so many divorced guys that kind of kept me in the dark. I've been that woman where, haven't met the kids yet. They don't know about me. That was very hurtful. That made me feel terrible. It didn't make me feel like he was proud of me and
Mm-hmm.
proud of showing me off, or even just proud of introducing me around. And then it was over. Because
Mm-hmm.
at a certain point, if you're not there yet, it's no, it's not a vote of confidence. Feeling proud is very important of the woman you're with.
Yeah, making her feel like you really want her there is it's just that's just a winner. It's
Yes.
a winning move. He makes you laugh even when you're upset. Now I agree, makes you laugh is great. When you're upset, I don't know how you make me laugh when I'm upset, but I love it when you make me laugh.
A sense of humor goes a long way, especially when things are rough, but not everybody's Don Rickles.
Yeah. Thank God.
Did I just date myself? So, sure, a sense of humor is awesome. Laughing is great.
Well, in laughter, it's just it's a point of connection with somebody that makes you laugh or makes you cry for that one, for that
Yes.
matter. Those are people you're going to remember. Yeah, if you can make her feel good and laugh, yeah, you want to be back with that
Oh,
person because
sure.
you
Yes.
feel
Yes, yes,
great.
yes.
Here's a good one for our age group, I think. He's protective but not possessive. And what they're referring to here is, the chivalrous thing of walking on the outside of the sidewalk, or putting your jacket on if she's cold. I mean,
Hmm.
I guess younger women today think that's they shouldn't do
Oh,
that.
yeah, they get all bent out of shape. That's what I call toxic feminism. not even allowing a guy to be just do his chivalristic duties.
Yeah.
That's not cool. Yes, to protect, who wouldn't want a guy that does those things? I mean,
Mhm.
that's beautiful. Opens doors, pulls out chairs, protects your honor.
I agree. There's controversy about that, or somebody would argue against that. I will never understand, and that's why, again, we're talking to an audience here of 50 over, and I think I speak for most women, and you speak for most women on this point. We love it. This is something that we will notice and we will fall for.
Yes.
If you disagree with me, please leave it in the comments. We always love the comments and hear everybody's perspective. So
Yeah, we all, we know you can open your own doors and we know you can
mhm.
pay for your own meals and we know you can shut up. I mean, just take the romance and courtship and chivalry where you can get it. It's beautiful. It's lovely. It
Yeah.
is as old as time itself. Stop complaining.
Yeah, and I would encourage all men to keep doing it. So,
Keep doing it,
again, if I'm
guys.
wrong, leave it
It's
in the
hot, man.
comments.
It's
But
hot.
yeah.
It's super sexy.
Here's another good one, really good one. He remembers the details, that you remember that she drinks Chardonnay and not Zinfandel, or
Yes.
but just he remembers stuff that you do, the little things, or you said you liked something. I mean, I love that. I love that.
Yes, lovely. You're paying attention. And isn't
Mm-hmm.
that nice? Easy, easy to do, just the little things. And listen, like this is what I do when I'm looking for a gift for someone and I know there's a birthday coming up. I listen. Did she say what she needed or what she liked? And then I make a mental note, and it's all just about filing things so that, yes, it makes someone feel that that you like them, you're paying attention, that you care.
Absolutely. And the thing is, I won't say most men, that's not fair, but many men, or at least the men in my life, the details. And again, I want to hear it in the comments, but like I'm referring to Paul specifically. I can literally redecorate the house, have him come home, and he won't notice. And it's not because he's slighting me. I think some men just don't notice details. And
Correct.
so when you do, when there is something that, oh, wow,
Right.
we will
Right.
take note that, yeah, you know what, he's interested.
Sure. It's nice. It just, again, it means that they care enough and like you enough to be paying attention. And just to remind the viewers right now,
Yeah.
guys, you may not check off all of these boxes, and
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. And but this is great food for thought. This is great stuff for you to keep in mind. It's not bad, right? It's because it's true. We are
Mm-hmm.
two women. We are telling you this stuff
Yes.
works.
Here's another good one, and I'll refer to poor Paul again. He's kind to strangers. Paul's kindness to strangers, the stuff that I have witnessed, it gets me through any argument with him. If I'm really, really
Yes.
mad, that I remember certain things he's done, like the way he's interacted, say, with homeless people who come across
Yes.
our way, or people who are physically challenged, and he's just done things that other people simply, or most people, 99% of the people wouldn't do. It melted my heart.
Yeah, this is how I fell in love with Robbie. He's a Special
Mhm.
Olympics coach. And all I had to see was him working with these special needs athletes.
Mhm.
And that was just like, oh
Yeah.
man, that was a panty dropper right there. I mean, uh, um, I think that's the first time we had sex too. We got home from practice and um, yeah, no, because it was so sexy and it was just lovely. And again, you guys don't have to be a coach, but it does say a lot about someone.
Yes, it does. So, do you have to do these sorts of dramatic acts? No, no, but do
No,
as simple things like Treva said,
yes.
the way you treat wait staff. Oh my goodness, is that telling? Also, for women, notice these things. When somebody does this is so much more important than what kind of car he drives,
Oh,
or how tall he is, or this is so much more important in the long
it
run.
yes. So for as important as these points are for guys to practice, okay, and keep in
Mm-hmm.
mind, it is as important, if not more, for women to acknowledge them.
Mm-hmm.
Stop and say thank you so much. That really meant a lot to me. I really
Mm-hmm.
appreciate that. Or you know what? I just love when you do that.
Yeah.
Or I love that you said that.
Hmm.
Okay, praise is just beautiful, and it just is the gift that keeps on giving.
Absolutely. He shows his vulnerable side. That's difficult for men, and people interpret that differently.
Talking about something that is important and powerful and emotional to them. Yes, it's that is a moment where you can really look into a guy's soul a little bit. Who are they? And there's something beautiful about a vulnerable, sensitive guy. I wouldn't be at all. And I know there's a lot of like controversy around, oh, well, vulnerability is weak. No, it's not.
There's a difference between talking about your feelings. That's not what we're talking about here. Vulnerability is being authentic. I don't think either one of us is saying, be this feeling guy and talk about feel. I mean, that's where I think where the controversy is, and where even though some women say they want that, they really don't when it comes right down to it.
Showing your vulnerability is even as small as taking responsibility for something you did wrong or a mistake or you misspoke. It's just not taking a second to go,
Right.
I am sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. Can we back up a little bit? I'm sorry I said whatever, or I did this. Just being that awareness, to me, that's showing vulnerability, which is strength. A vulnerable guy is a strong guy who can take responsibility for his whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That's vulnerability.
Here's probably one of my favorites. He shows affection in small but consistent ways. That it's not about, all the big, like the big moments, planning a huge night or a huge vacation or this and that, but little things that make you feel good
Oh,
consistently.
yes.
That's what
It's the
keeps a relationship going as
yes, yes,
well.
yes. Yeah, this is all reminding me of the five love languages: words of affirmation, quality time, tokens of affection, physical touch, and acts of service.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are the five love languages, and it really helps once you get to know somebody what
Mm-hmm.
they dig, right? And what
Right.
what yours is. I'm a words of affirmation person. Tell
Mm-hmm.
me all day. I just want to tell you I love you so much. Thank you for being so supportive. Or I was thinking about you. I like hearing words. I
Mm-hmm.
also like physical touch. That's important to me. But some people have other things. Like Robbie is an acts of service guy. Okay? He shows his love and consideration and thoughtfulness through going to the store, fixing things, running errands, stuff, acts of service. So everybody has sort of their sweet spot. Once you get to know someone, it's kind of cool to talk about this.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad you brought that up. The thing about the five love languages is just because we want to be treated a certain way, that doesn't mean when we treat somebody a certain way, like, the old saying, treat somebody like you want to be treated. That
Uh-huh.
doesn't necessarily work here. If we have different love languages, it's important that we understand what the other person really wants.
Yes. So someone's love language is not necessarily the love language of the other person. Do I like getting flowers, for example? Yes, I do. But I kind of would rather get a card. That means something to me. It doesn't matter, any little tiny thing. I'm thinking of you. You're in my head. You're in my thoughts. You're in my heart. Something, even a
Mm-hmm.
text. And that goes a long way. Hope
Mm-hmm.
you're having a nice day. Because that means, oh, this person, okay, I'm in this person's thoughts. And that makes me
Yeah.
feel good. Words of affirmation. Hello.
Yep. Yeah. Do check out the five love languages. It's very simple, and you'll take something if you're not familiar with it. You'll
Yes.
you'll get something out of that.
Yes. Yeah.
Just by
Yeah.
reading through it. Well, there's a couple more here. I mean, again, we can talk about this forever. He encourages your passions. Absolutely. He respects your independence. So, and this can go on and on and on.
Yes.
But they're all things that we don't normally put that on a list, and that's why I wanted to get this list out and make sure you understood what this list represents, at least to us. So,
Yes.
Treva, is there anything else you want to add
Oh
here
my
before
God.
we go?
Yes, so much. Yes, because I've been that woman. I've been the girlfriend. I've been very hurt before, and these things are really resonating with me. All of them ring true. This is a really good list of stuff, and I know it
Mm-hmm.
continues. I just again want to I want to say to guys that none of this should make you feel, again, not enough, that you can't, somehow these are just so unreasonable that you can't measure up. Because
Mhm.
when guys feel that they can't measure up, then they start to be resentful. And as a woman, I'm so appreciative for any little just gesture or thoughtfulness I ever got. I was always a very grateful single woman, especially with the bigger gestures, right? Because
Mhm.
it felt like, oh, wow, this person is serious about me. And I think at the end of the day, women, they want to feel like you're serious about them. That to me is really at the bottom, at the end of the day
Mhm.
is how are you serious about me? Do you see a future, I guess, right? That's important.
Mhm.
And there was another thing I cannot remember, but oh, safety. Hello, safety. Women want to feel safe. They want to feel like their heart is that you're going to be okay. You're going to take good care of their heart. And the other thing I'd say is add to that list is consistency.
Mhm.
Women dig consistency. They like someone who says what he means, follows up, does what he said he's going to do,
Mhm.
moves along a linear path that progress. That means a lot for women because that means that, okay, we're in business here. I feel safe with you. You're consistent. You're direct, and let's give this thing a shot.
Totally agree. And I actually have that on my dating profile. Is just I know about the one thing that I really respect is if you say you're going to do something, do it. And that to me is huge. Well,
Yes.
Treva, again, our time is up. If you need help in all of this, do give Treva a call. She's a fabulous, fabulous coach. A lot of our viewers have already contacted you. All of her contact information is in the show notes below. And make sure you pick up the book. It's a fun read about, well, Treva's experience, and you have so much to learn from it. So again, thank you. I look forward to our next conversation on Second Act TV.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody watching. I love you. You are the best, most engaged viewership I've ever seen, and I love it. Thank you for tuning in. Keep coming back.